C of 2 colon 3. Just try this now. Yeah, you can see when you write C of 2 colon 3, it will start from 2 and it will go up to 3, not 3. So then your answer will be only 2021, not 2022. If you want to make it 2022, you have to add one more index. Okay, because now it will go for 2 and 3. Okay, any other alternate option you can give? Lakshmi Putra. Hello.
So can you scroll the screen little upwards?
Yes.
Screen. So I'm not okay. Can you repeat the question, please?
So I want to access 2021 and 2022. That's it. So one answer is 2 colon 4.
Okay.
So what are the other alternate answers to get the same content?
Like
Your voice is breaking, Lakshmi.
I'll type it in chat window.
Yeah, you can type it in chat window. Others also give, you can give answers to these questions. Okay. Please type the answer to this question in chat window. So make sure you have checked and got the answer. Make sure you got the answer in your Jupyter notebook. Only if you have correct, if you are getting the answer correctly, so give me the answer. So this is the code, like the input variable. You can take it up. So few answers. Okay. -1 colon -3. Okay, let us check -1 colon -3. So it is giving. I told you, Lakshmi, you should check it and make sure that you are getting the answer. Neetu DG. Neetu DG, your answer is, you will get definitely the answers, but you are writing, it is like comma you written, no? That means it is actually like 2-line statement, but written in a 1 line only. Okay, so we want to access them. Like now Priyadarshini has got, yeah, Priyadarshini's answer. We'll check out Priyadarshini's answer. Yeah, we are getting that. -2 colon. It indicates what? Start from -2, go up to the last value. What is the last value? -4, -3, -2, -1. So that is the last index. Okay. Alternatively, this can be written like this. C of 2 colon also. This is also alternate option. Okay. So because currently they both are falling at the same indexes, okay, -2 and +2, so no problem. -2 colon means start from -2, go to the till the last value. -2, after -2, -1 will be the next index number. Okay, but after 2, what is the next index number? Is 3. If there are other indexes also, it will give you the answer for other index values also. Okay, so this is not possible. But if you reverse it, like if I say I am writing -3 and here I am writing -1, so this will give different answer, year and 2021. The reason is -3 is starting here, okay, and you are going up to -1. So it will print -3 and -2. It will stop one value before that. Slicing operator is clear. Okay, so let me take up another example. So we'll little bit practice it here, because list is one of the important topic. So let me take a list, asset P is equal to, okay, I'm going to access a few cities, Shimoga, and I will have DVG, I will have Bangalore, I will have Mysore, I will take up Kolar, I will take India, I will take Bagalkot, I will take Belgaum. Okay, so this is the list which we have taken up. I already put it in the chat window. You can directly copy and paste it. Okay, so try these things. Okay, so now display or access first 4 cities, next access the last 4 cities, then access Bangalore, Mysore and Kolar city name. You need to access these 3 cities. Okay, and then access all cities except first and last one. Okay, try to give me the answer to these 4 questions. Yes guys, what is the answer for the first example? Please post it quickly. P of Rachana has posted it. Yeah, the what is the first answer is P of 0:4. So that will give you the access to the first 4 cities. That is absolutely correct. Okay, so let me print it. Print of, why I am printing is because I have multiple statements here. Okay, Shimoga, Davangere, Bangalore, Mysore. I am getting that answer correctly. Okay, what about the next answers? Navya Bhandari. Okay, so all of them is given. What about the second question? Guys, the first answer given by Rachana and Navya is correct. Okay, you can take up that, because I want it from 0, first, second and third. 0 to 3, 4 indexes are required. First in 0th index, first, second and third. So I have to write 0 to 4 so that it will print up to 0 to 3. Sanjay Hoskal has given the answer P of Sanjay. This answer is for the second question, 3 colon. Okay, the last 4 means I have to start with Kolar, Mandya, BGK, Bagalkot and Belgaum. So these 4 answers I need it. Okay, let me check. So let me print this as well. Same that Sanjay Hoskal, we are getting extra one more city name here. Mysore is added. Okay, I asked only for the last 4 cities. You have to start with 4. So that is Kolar is the 4 at the 4th one. 4, 5, 6, 7. So you will get that answer. Kolar, Mandya and PGK. Okay, let me print. Lakshmi Budra Reddy 4 colon 7. No, Lakshmi, it will. So you have checked it. 4 colon 7 will work or not? It won't work because you have 8 cities. Okay, so 4 colon 7 means it will not print BGM. It will only print up to BGK. You have to give one extra. You need to give one extra value when you're using that, when you're specifying the 4 colon 7, because it will only print up to 7. It will only print up 1 less than that index number what you are mentioning it. Okay, if I take this, you'll see that result here. It is only printing 3. Okay, yeah. So now next we will check for the 4th one. People say given the answer for 4th one. 3rd one, 2 colon 5. Rachna. Okay, guys, now start giving the answer to with the negative indexing. Start giving the answers using the negative indexing for the same 4 questions. So it is P, sorry. Access Bangalore, Mysore, Kolar, that is perfect. Okay, so then print of P of, that is first to the 7th one. So that will give you the required answer of 6 cities. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we missed out Shimoga and we missed out Belgaum in this case. So all the 4 answers. 4th one, Rachana. Yeah. So give me answer for all the 4 questions. Okay. 1 colon minus 1. What is the alternate answer to this? Print of P square bracket. You are starting with 1 colon minus 1. You are using both negative and positive indexing. Okay. So what about this? So here the negative indexing will be print of P of. Okay. So what is the index number for Bangalore? Minus A7. Sorry. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means this is minus 6. Okay, you have minus 6, minus 5 and minus 4. So write it as minus 6 colon minus 3. Okay, 1 extra. So we are getting same answer here. And I think these two will be easier for you people, right? Print of P of. So we will start with minus 8 colon minus 5. Yeah, minus 4. So similarly you can do it for others as well. So here it will be -5. Hopefully if people are able to understand both the positive and negative indexing. Okay, so try practicing the same examples. Okay, try to change these numbers on your own, put a and try practicing this, and these are of importance. Okay, it is not mandatory like you should use the negative indexing. Okay, some cases what happens is using negative index will be of much easier, like it will, like like some kind of optimization you can use it. Okay, so but knowing positive index is sufficient to start your programming in ML. Okay, you will be most widely you will be using these concepts in the ML programming later on when we use it, like to access the data and all. So this will be of great help to us. Okay. Okay, now we'll see the some of the methods inside the list. Okay, so guys, still anyone having questions on this list accessing? Okay, hopefully so you got some fair idea about list accessing. Okay, so now we'll see the methods, like as Python gets list has the built-in methods. Yeah, so which can be used to apply some of the concepts. Okay, like say example, I have this element called as list, same list I'm taking up. So want to add new city, want to add a new city to here. Okay, so how can I add it? Okay, so we can use the append method for that. You can use the append method. Okay, so let us see what will happen with the append method. How do you use it? P dot the list name dot append. So whatever the value you want to append it, say example I want to append the new city name. Okay, so let us take new city Chitradurga. Okay, CDG I will make it. And print it. You can see CDG has been appended to the original element. Okay, like this you can add a whole list itself. Okay, so we can add a complete list to the original list. So there is no issue. Now you create one more list and you use the append method to add it. Now let us take an example. Now G is equal to, it is having few elements, like a few new city names, or like Bellary. Okay, it is having one more Koppal, it is having one more city. Okay, so called as Madikeri. Now let us try to append it now. I'm trying to add a list now. Okay, now then I'll print it. Sorry, not G, print P. See, when you add this new list, okay, this is what happens. Okay, it will be added as in one element rather than the three elements. When you use the append method, so the new elements, the CDG has been added as a new element. Okay, so now I wanted to add three elements separately. Okay, but now they are taken as a whole list has been added. Okay, now to avoid this, what you can do is, okay, let me show you one more example. Okay, I'll take up same example. Okay, so instead of using append, I'll use something called as extend. Okay, let us see the result of this. You see this result of extend. So extend will do this different. Okay, so it will be considering the element, these three elements, like I'm passing a list. Okay, and it will not consider it as a whole list. Instead it will split the each element and it will add them as a new elements to the original elements. Now P is a larger list with a more elements, with the 4 additional elements added. Okay, but in this case it is added with a one additional element and one more list itself. Okay, they are not considered as, you cannot collect BLY directly. Okay, you need access to the list and then you need to collect it. Okay, that's the difference. Append is basically used for adding one element. Okay, either you can add a whole list or you can add a single element. Okay, but extend can be used for adding multiple elements you want to add it. Okay, so that is the difference between extend and the append method. Okay, so let us, and it is very useful technique. Okay, so append and the extend methods are most widely extensively used during some operations. Okay, so they will be extensively used, and there are many methods out there apart from extend and the append methods. Okay, so you have the method for insert. Okay, so if you want to know what are the methods available, type p dot and type tab. Okay, so you will have append method, clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse. Okay, so like many are there and you don't need to remember all of them, you don't need to practice all of them. Okay, so as and when you go with the example cases, you need one by one and then you can refer the documentation and you can get the idea about them. Okay, so now example, you want to know about clear. Okay, type shift tab. Okay, so it will tell you what is the purpose of it. Okay, and then you can always use the documentation online to know about them. Okay, I will not explain all the things because if you start explaining them all of them, so we will be able to cover only the Python in this 4 week. Even we will not be able to cover because the list, then tuples, dictionaries will them itself take one day alone. Okay, so we are limiting our discussions. Okay, and I'm taking up as much whatever is required for your to learn the journey of the ML. Yes guys, so this is clear, append and extend. Okay, Nandan N Belgeri. Nandan, what is the difference between append and extend? Yes, Nandan, what is the difference between extend and append? Yes, Nandan, I can hear you. Okay, seems to be a network issue with him. Okay, Raghavendra. Raghavendra Nirliki.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between append and extend?
In extend, we can add whichever we want.
What about append?
List to the original list, sir.
Okay. Sanjay Hoskar. Yes, we can hear you, Sanjay. Yes, able to hear. Yeah, tell me what is the difference between append? Yeah. Continue.
Extend is used to add the, I mean, complete list to the original list.
It is not.
It is used to add the single item.
No, that is the difference. See, it is not adding the complete list. Okay. Append is used for adding the. See, Sanjay and Raghavendra. Append is used for adding a single element. You can add a list to that. Okay. But it will be considered as a list within the list, rather than considering as a new elements inside it. Okay. But when you take extend, it will remove this list part and it will take up only the elements inside them and add them here. Got the difference? Extend is used for adding the multiple values. Append is used for adding a single element. Single element can be a single element or it can be a new list also. Okay. Here using extend, you can add single element, multiple, and you can add a list, multiple lists also. Okay. So apart from that, the other things you can look at is insert. You can check out. You can check for concat. Okay. You can check for pop, push, and all. There are many methods are there. Please guys, you can refer them online. Okay. So we are not covering them. Okay. But we will be sharing you the recorded videos in the next week. So there, if you want to learn extra things about this additional concepts, you can read them. Fine. Now we'll move on to the next concept called as tuples.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Nandan.
Audible, sir.
Yes, Nandan.
Sir, network issue, sir.
Okay, no problem, Nandan. The question is asked to other friends, and we are clear. No issues. Okay.
Sorry, sir.
No need to ask. Like, it's not your problem, right? So network providers. Okay, they are not giving us the good network even if you're paying. Okay. So we are only left out with only few options, right? Now we all supported Jio. The problem was what? After supporting Jio, many network players closed the business. Now we have only Airtel and Jio. Idea and VI is also closing. BSNL is not reachable, right? We don't have any other options. Whatever the network they provide, whatever they are going to charge, we have to pay for that. Yes, guys. So that is the current online marketing strategies. People are using it to close the businesses and take over the complete control. Even the Flipkart, Amazon is also doing the same. But government is now taking up some care about these things now, at least. Anyways, leave it apart. Let's continue with the tuples. Tuples, like whatever you like, you can call it. Okay. So they are just very much similar to the lists. Okay. The major difference. Okay. So I'll tell you what is the difference between them. Okay. So first thing, let us create a tuple first. I'll create with the same examples. I'll take a different variable. Let us take a variable t. Sorry, 1 minute. Print that. then to check the data type, print the type. Okay, so its class is tuple. You will use a smoother bracket. Okay, you want to access it, the same structure t of, okay, 1:4. What is the output expected? Davangere and Bangalore, two variables, and Mysore. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Same kind of technique. Here also you have positive and negative indexing. Okay, so just like list, you can use them. T of 4:, so that will give you the starting with a 4, all the rest of the elements. Okay, so then similarly you can try out another example case of T of -4:, okay, starting with -4, rest of the elements. Okay, this is how you can use the tuples also. Okay, then what's the major difference between them? Okay, then why, if there is no accessing is same, just I'm writing smooth bracket instead of like a square braces, then why should I use that tuples? Okay, so tuples, to start here I had to mention a one point here that so tuples are similar to list, but they are immutable. Okay, so immutable means what? We cannot modify the content of the tuple. So we cannot modify the content, and then we cannot modify the elements of the tuple. That's the difference, major difference. Okay, so that's the major difference. Okay, let us try doing something. Okay, so now even just like a tuples, you can have character strings, you can have numerical values, you can also have a both combination of numeric and character values. Okay, so let us try to check try to change the elements. Okay, so one second. Let us start with that. Now T, let me show you one thing, simple example. I will write here P of 3 is equal to Raj, then I'll print P. Before that I'll print what is actual original P. Okay, you can see here in original at this position. Okay, so it was Mysore, now it has been modified to Raj. Okay, so let us try to do the same thing with the help of tuple. Okay, so let me print T. Okay, so then T of 3 is equal to something else, maybe like I'll take it as MJS, then print of T. So I'm getting an error. This statement is throwing me the error. I'm not able to print this. Reason: tuple object does not support item assignment. That means you cannot modify its content. Once it is assigned a value, you cannot modify it, whereas list can be modified. So you want to keep in values in a variable fixed. Okay, make use of the tuples. Okay, so that nobody can modify them. So only thing is you need to create a new variable. Until unless that you cannot modify it. Okay, you cannot add. So let us try to add element. Okay, so t of let me try to do t dot append of 4. Let me add a new variable mjs. Okay, see here, tuple object has no attribute append. It doesn't support any append, extend, since these are not supported in the tuples. Okay, so that's the major difference between these two. There are few methods are there, so we don't require them as of now. Okay, so next we'll go to the dictionaries. We haven't covered strings, right? Okay, so let us see first strings, then we'll move to the dictionaries. So any questions on tuples you want to ask it? Guys, any question? Okay, so what do you mean by list? A list is a like sequence of characters, variable with a sequence of characters. Okay, so you already knows about using strings and all. So let us see what are the different like the combinations we can use to access the content of a string. Okay, let us create a string first. String m is equal to hello facet CSE students. Okay, so this is my string. Okay, so let me check like how do we can access the content of that string first, one by one. Like you want to access the content of the string, like so you can access it like m print of m, just like list print of m of 0 colon 5, just like list. Okay, I started with the 0th index 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4 up to 4 elements. Hello will be printed. M will print the whole string, and you want to access as characters because list is a sequence of characters. Okay, so I am trying to access the characters within that. Okay, now you want to access PESIT. How do you access PESIT inside it? So now print PESIT here. So this will print you hello. So now give me the answer for PESIT. Who is going to give me the answer for the PESIT? Quickly.
Six is to 11.
I mentioned it can also it is same as your list indexing. Okay, that means even you can use here, even you can use the negative indexing. Okay, let us check what is this is giving. It is giving the exactly the PESIT. 0, 5 is this, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have to stop at 11. Rachna, it is 6 is to 11. Even if you're giving 12, you will get still pass it, but with the extra space you will get it. Okay. So how about try to do this with the negative indexing now? Give me the answer to these two questions with the negative indexing. Minus 24 to minus 19. Preetham has given the answer. So it is giving hello, then from minus 19, so like you will go up to 20. What is that number? You will go up to that number particularly. Okay, so maybe minus 14, I guess. Okay, so that's how you can go for even the negative indexing here also. Okay, but so there are built-in methods are there which will help us in like what if I have a larger sentences, okay, and if you want to get that using the some of the methods available in the strings, we can like easily get the answers. Okay, I'll tell you one of the method here. Okay, one method which will be of much use. Okay, like let me write a variable k which is equal to m dot split. Okay, now if I check the properties of the type of I'll print k, and I will print type of k. Okay. No, so I converted a string, okay, data type which is string. If you check for the m, which is its type is what, print original m, okay, print type of m. So both are giving me the same result, almost similar result, but what happened is now I made the input string as a list. Okay, now you can access this content hello PECIT CSE students as a separate list elements. Now hello directly can be accessed as at the index number 0, PECIT at the index number 1. So in certain cases you want to split the strings, so this is how we can do the splitting of them. Okay, so this is the built-in method, so very useful method. you can add two strings, like add strings is possible. Like I have a variable m is equal to Rajesh, okay, and then I have variable n is equal to, so let me take it lowercase m, let me take this as n, and I'll take it as Krishna. Okay, so you can add a new variable, that is h is equal to m plus n. If you print h, it will be addition of two strings, Rajesh, Krishna. Okay, without space. Let me give a space to the Krishna, and it will looks like a Rajesh Krishna separate. So that means you can add the two strings. Okay, so let me multiply a string with a numerical value. Let me see what will happen. Okay, I am printing h multiplying with 3 times. Okay, so that means it will get repeated, okay, 3 times. Okay, so if I'm showing you a one space here, okay, and do this operation, we can see Rajesh Krishna, Rajesh Krishna, and Rajesh Krishna coming up 3 times. Okay, so it repeats the 3 times, like when you multiply a numerical variable with a string type of data. Okay, so it is multiplication will create a multiple copies of the string, right? Any questions, guys, on this? Please complete this. Splitting, then addition, okay, then you have multiplication. Let me know once you are finished. Okay, please post it in the chat window once you complete it. Okay, done. So then I'll take up 2 more methods. Okay, so let me print a new string, z is equal to, I'll write here, okay, Priyadarshini. Okay, and I'll write one more, y is equal to Lakshmi Putra. Okay, I have 2 variables, and one more, I have x is equal to Nandan. Okay, so I will print x comma y comma z. Nandan, Lakshmiputra, and Priyadarshini. All the 3 has been printed. Okay, you can apply few methods onto this one. Say example, x dot lower. So this will convert the x variable, that is Nandan, to lowercase letters. Okay, and similarly you can convert any variable to uppercase. Okay, so y dot upper. So now all the characters will become uppercase. Okay. So what about this Priyadarshini, where there is a mix of upper and lowercase letters? Okay. So we can convert it to upper and lowercase letters both. Now z dot lower, so all variables will be lowercase. So we saw split method, lower method, upper method. Okay. Apart from that, you have a join method, replace, like that. Plenty of methods are available. You can check them. Okay. So one thing is in this Lakshmi Putra, I want to replace this with some other name. Okay. In that particularly, I want to replace this last 4 characters with something else. You can do that. Okay. Anything, whatever the characters you choose, so those will be that will be replaced. Okay. So that is with the help of replace method you can do that. Okay. So similarly, you can use the find method to find a specific characters or a value, like a string. Okay. Then to join the string, you can use the join method. Like that, many functions are there. We will be using some of them whenever they are required it. Okay. So we'll explore them at that moment. Okay. So that is a basic introduction to your strings. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Okay, shall we move on to the next topic? You want to check the join? Okay, so please try to do the join. Okay, give me an example. Yes, Rachana, give me 2 input variables example. Can I take the existing examples and try it? Try using the function join just and see, show me what is the output you are getting it. Please try to join the 2 variables using the function join method. The example, print of. Okay, so let me take this function. So what is that? Variable x dot join. Sorry. Within that, I'll mentioning the z. Okay. One minute. One second, let me give clear picture about the join function. Okay, see here it is joining. Okay, so this particularly X with the what is like Nandan. Okay, so each character of the this Z variable, that is P, okay, is joined with Nandan, then R joined with, okay, so this is what happening here. Okay, it is trying to split and join. Okay, so this is what basically the join will do. It is trying to split and join it. Okay, instead you want to join them without splitting. Okay, so then you should avoid using that. Instead you'll use the add method better. Okay, so it is an iterable method. So whatever the data you'll pass here, it will be acting as an iterable. So then if I say example Priyadarshini, hello. Okay, so it keeps adding up with each character. Okay, so normally it is used in a list rather than using applied on a strings directly. Okay, so example, instead of this, okay, if I'll tell you the better use case of the join here. Let me write a string lowercase z. Okay, here I'll write the name Priya, and then I'll write the name Darshini. Okay, so then I'll write the name Rachna. Okay, these are the names. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll try to join this. See, this is what the joining is happening. Now each element, so that is Priya is joined with Nandan, Darshini with Nandan. So like this, what is happening? Darshini with Nandan, then Rachna. Okay, so this is how it start iterating it. So totally it is an iterable process. And its application most widely used in the case of dictionaries. Okay. Yes, got this, Rachna? Okay, so tell me one practical example use case of this join. See, I have this. Okay, you have received a split method, right? You have a split method in strings, okay, which will split all the variables. Okay, so now say example, if you take up this print, okay, I will add a space dot join z. Okay, you see that 1 minute dot join Priyadarshini Rachna. So now this will, okay, be called as a one new string. Let me show you that. En x equal to this and print x print type of x. Nandan, you see here, if I give the input like y as Priya, Darshini, Rachna, okay, how do you convert it to a list? Tell me. I have variable input. This is the string, right? If you check the properties of this, okay, So if you print the data type of y, it is a list. Sorry, it is a string. Okay, how do you convert it to a list? You know that you can convert it directly by splitting it, right? I can say, I can write u is equal to, okay, y dot split method. Okay, so this guy will do the splitting of the input y. Okay, and if you print y u, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so it is splitting that Priya, Darshini, Rachna. So Priya, Darshini, Rachna is a one string. It has been converted to a list here. Okay, and you have the list. Now you want to convert it back to Priya, Darshini, Rachna like this, reverse. You can do it using the join method. So if you use directly join, with what you want to join? I want to join it with a space. Priya will be joined with Darshini with the one space, and Darshini will be joined with a one more space with the Rachna. Okay, so that will conclude with a and as a new string here. Okay, so that is the output of this X. I am printing that output here. Okay, so I am printing Y also here. Let me print Y for your information, and you can see that. So let me print Z as well. First time list converted back to string, string converted back to list. To convert it back to list, you will use a split method, and to convert it back to list, you will use the list method, and to convert it to a string, you will use the join method. Okay, so now it is confirmed, clear, Nandan, the use case of it. Even if you yes, okay, good. Rachna, is it clear? Racha, can you explain the use of join and split now? Rachna, so can you come online?
Into list. By split we can make a list. By joining.
Okay, fine, no problem. Like there is some network issue. Okay, hopefully you have understood. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. And not mention the next topic, right? Let me mention the next topic. So this is a new type of data type called as dictionary. Okay, so let us move the dictionary. So dictionaries or another kind of data types. Okay, so basically they are basically used for like putting up in the form of a data structure, like how we access the data using a specific variable and its fields. Okay, the fields will have the values in that order if you want to write it. Okay, it's not actually puristic form of writing a data structure, but some way it is similar to that, and here they are not ordered. Okay, so the items are not put up in a ordered manner, rather than they will be accessed using a fields. They are actually called here as a keys or a value. Okay, so you will get fair idea like when I create one example of that. Okay, so let me create a dictionary using a variable d. Okay, so usually they are created with the curly braces. Okay, two curly braces will be used. Okay, so then the syntactically they will have something called as key. Okay, and its associated value and its value. So this is the syntax for that. Okay, so let's us have it. You can have any number of keys and associated values. Okay, the value can be a single value, it can be a list, it can be a tuple, okay, it can be a string, and key can also be a string, or it can be a numerical number. Let me create a first dictionary. Okay, so the college is equal to ID1. Let me create new thing. Okay, CSE. I have 60 students, comma, ECE, we have 90 students, comma, triple E, we have 120 students. Okay, so now here, so CSE, EC, triple E. Okay, here CSE, EC, triple E are called keys. Okay, and the values associated with these keys are 60, 90 and 120. To access these values, we will use keys. Okay, so let us try to do that now. So college is a dictionary name. Okay, and it has got 3 keys: CSE, EC and triple E. Okay, so now you want to access the content of that each key, like you should use the key for that. Okay, example, college of, okay, so here I'll write that to print that. Okay, college of CSC. Okay, so this will print me that value 60. Okay, college of, okay, all right, EC, so it will print 90 here. So let me create one good branches. You want to access the branches. Okay, so let it give me a few list of available branches: CSE, EC. Okay, you have triple E. So this is one key. Okay, branches. Okay, the 3 branches are there. Okay, total, like I'll now create students in each branch. Sorry, cool. $60, $90, $120. Location, Shimoga. Okay, so like this is the dictionary which I created. Okay, so then fees, just all right, colon. Okay, so you will get it for 60k, sorry, 60 comma 65 comma 55. Okay, something like that. Okay, so this is the total dictionary which I created. Okay, college with a 5 keys. Okay, branches, students, location. Okay, so like I'll just write count, I'll mention it. Okay, so that the rest of the things will be easily visible. Branch. So this is the college name, Passett. So this is the dictionary I created. Okay, so let us print it. Okay, so you want to access the list of all the branches. How do you access it? Is it visible now, the screen, guys? Please check and confirm me. Okay, so here is the question. Like I'll post you the list. Okay, you can just copy and paste it. Okay, so directly you can take the list. I already posted it. Make use of it. Now Preetham.
Yes, sir.
Preetham, tell me how can I access the list of the branches? It is Passett. I want to get all the names CSE, EC, Triple E. How do you
Due
get
to
it?
network issue, I can't.
Okay, fine, Preetham. Neetu DG.
So print
Hmm.
branches on the print
Bra-
Passett and the
branch. Right? CSE, EC, Triple E. Yeah, very simple. Now, Naveshri. Okay, fine. She is not able to hear. Naveshri. Yeah, come online, Naveshri. So how do we get the count? How do we get the count? You will mention Passett of count. Right, Naveshri? Okay. Now, within that, if I mention 1, what will be the output? So you will get specifically the second element as a outcome. Okay. So I collected count, that is printing me all the values. Instead of I want to get only this specific one, second one. So I'm mentioning that one. If you mention 1 colon, it will give you the last 2 elements written. Okay. So this, so you can use the multiple accesses, you can do it. Okay, when there are lists are there. Okay, yes guys, any questions, please let me know. So now I want to like add a one more branch. How to add it? Like I want to add mechanical first and then want to add 2 more branches. Civil and bio or ISC. Okay. So first try adding this one more and try adding this 2 more. These 2 has to be added at the same time, and this can be added once first and then these 2. Okay. So give me the solutions for these 2. Okay, these are the 2 assignment questions. For the same dictionary, what are the possible ways are there? So show me that. Okay, to add a new element to it. Yes guys, so far like we have discussed in today's session, okay, we discussed about list, we discussed about tuples. Okay, so lists are immutable, tuples are immutable. Lists have list and tuples both have positive and negative indexing. Okay, they can be accessed in the same way. Both list and tuples can have both numerical character type data, right? So but list has got different methods, like list can be splitted, list can have an append method, extend method. Okay, then we saw about strings. Strings can be accessed same way like list and tuples, right? So characters within the list, characters within the string can be accessed in the same way like tuples and list. Okay, strings also has few methods like split, join, uppercase, lowercase conversions. So all these things are possible with the help of strings. Now we checked with the dictionaries, another kind of data type. Okay, so which will help us in creating a the dictionary. Okay, so like in a better manner we can put up our data without going for the data structure method. So we can put up our data in a some defined manner. Okay, but without having to worry about the numerical indexing values. Okay, directly with the help of keys we can access them. Okay, so that's it for the day, and if you guys have any questions, please let me know.